Hello, I'm Umbreon Libris, and this is my Pokémon Legends gameplay journal. First of all, let me just say, I take back what I said at the end of the last episode. The research points do carry over. I don't know why it looked to me like they didn't the last time that I paid attention to that, but I saw all of your comments, and so this time, when I got a new star, I paid attention, and yes, the excess points did carry over. So glad to be wrong about that. Anyway, I started the day just completing a bunch of requests in Jubilife. I had several that I could already do, so I decided to get those out of the way. And it's good that I did, because when I convinced this guy that this Umbreon was in fact the Eevee that he was looking for, so glad it evolved into an Umbreon, he gave me the choice of 3 evolution stones. So I took the Fire Stone, and I was able to evolve my Hisuian Growlithe into an Arcanine. And this Pokemon looks really cool. It still has a pretty good resemblance to the new 151 Arcanine, which is really nice. But I really like the design here. Really cool. I guess I wish that the gray on it was either lighter or darker. It's kind of a middle gray that I think kind of conflicts with the orange of the fur, but minor complaint. With a new Arcanine in hand, it felt appropriate to head to Firespit Island. Firespit is a bit of a long way from the nearest campsite, though, so of course I decided to use ride Pokemon to get there faster. And to get there even faster, I did not go around kind of the long way through the water, but I rode Weirdeer all the way to the top of a cliff, and then took a dive, somersault and everything. I had no idea if this was gonna give me any fall damage, but into the water, I guess it doesn't. It just felt really cool. And then got on Basculegion and finished the trip. After getting through some extremely aggressive Magmar on the way, we confronted the Misfortune Sisters, and this time we did actually battle all 3 of them, and the last one had 2 Pokemon, so this was a way more serious battle than the last time we faced them. Still kind of an easy battle because my levels were much higher, and so I was able to pretty easily handle everything that they had. But it was nice to have essentially a 4v6 trainer battle. And then the little Growlithe showed up to help its friend. It was a really nice scene. It evolved into an Arcanine. It clearly was ready to be the Lord. And then it becomes frenzied. Not exactly a big surprise, but a nice twist compared to the way that we encountered the previous Lord Pokemon. And this battle was difficult. I died 2 or 3 times doing it. It was very difficult to not take damage from the Arcanine from its various moves. And towards the end, there's a fire circle in the middle that really keeps you cornered and makes it very difficult to hit the Arcanine with the bombs when it's farther away from you. I appreciate that they give you the choice of restarting from the beginning or just continuing from where you left off so that your health is back, but the Arcanine's frenziness, whatever you want to call it, is still down. I restarted, but it's good to have that option. I nearly died again, but I did manage to quell the Arcanine. Whew, that was intense. I'm a little ambivalent about whether I like this battle or not because it was the most difficult one, but there were some really frustrating parts of it. Like, getting cornered was not fun, but I like the intensity, and I guess I like how close it was in the end. And right after that battle, the Basculin, the Hisuian Basculin that I was using to face the Arcanine, because of course the water moves made the battle portions of the encounter easy peasy, well, that Basculin was ready to evolve. I'm guessing it was just a normal level evolution, but there you go. Basculegion is on the team now. So with the big story things out of the way, I decided to spend the rest of the day focusing on exploring. I had a few requests to complete in the coastlands, and now with access to Basculegion, I could go back to the Fieldlands and the Mirelands and access new areas as well that were waterbound before. So I was just running around the coastlands, completing requests and collecting satchels for my friends, when a shiny Chatot appears. I immediately jump off of Weirder and go crouch in the grass, try to sneak up on it, throw a Pokeball at it. I'm being targeted by a Staravia from behind, but I'm ignoring that as best as I can, and the Chatot breaks out. Thankfully, I had Indigo next to me, coaching me and reminding me to save. This is a tip that a viewer named Jade posted in response to my Day 2 journal, where I let a shiny Bidoof get away. You can save, and if the shiny leaves and you restart the game, it'll be there again. So I saved, I crafted some balls because I was short on them, I got rid of the Staravia, tried to catch the Chatot, and it was gone. So, no problem. Let's see if that tip really works. Restarted, there it is. It is still around. Let me just get within a good range, and the Staravia spooked it. That's okay, we can reset again. Let's try a Wing Ball this time. Careful. Got it. All right. Chatot is far from one of my favorite Pokemon, but this is not a shiny that I've had before, so happy to add it to the collection. And especially happy to know that the tip about saving and restarting does in fact work. If I find a more valuable shiny later on, I'll be sure to use it. So thanks Jade, and thanks also Indigo for coaching me through it. With that, I headed back to town and I was introduced to Ingo, who seems to be a faller just like me. Very interesting. This is not a character that I ever expected to see again. Ingo is the warden of the Sneasler. I'm guessing a new Sneasel evolution. I'm excited to see it. And I'm also guessing that it's going to be the ride Pokemon for climbing things, because there's a lot of areas that you can't climb very easily. And since the next big chunk of the map that I get to go to is the Highlands, there's probably going to be a lot of climbing involved. But I wasn't ready to go there yet. I had more to explore. So first I went to the Fieldlands, caught an Alpha Infernape and a Chimchar, caught an Alpha Heracross. That was all it was. I was kind of hoping that there would be something a little bit more special in Fieldlands, but that's okay. Let's try the Mirelands. This was definitely more exciting. I caught a Torterra, and then I saw this weird rolling pair of glowing eyes in the distance. I had no idea what it was. There were a bunch of Goomy around, so I thought maybe it's a Goodra or a Sliggoo, but I'd seen a Sliggoo in Indigo's game. I saw its little icon and it didn't look any different. Well, the head didn't look any different. This is definitely a different Sliggoo. Very interesting take on it. It has an actual shell and it rolls around in it. I'm really curious now what the Goodra is gonna look like, if it even is a Goodra. But anyway, it's added to the team, and now I have a team full of just Hisuian Pokémon. Except for the Ursaring, which I still haven't figured out how to evolve, but it does evolve into a Hisuian Pokémon. To finish off for the day, because I've already caught Infernape and Torterra, I decided to go back to the coastlands and catch the Empoleon that's there. I'd seen it, but I hadn't had a chance to actually catch it, so I decided to go back and give it another shot. Well, the Empoleon itself was fairly easy, and in a pond nearby, I found some Piplup and a Primplup. Primplup, again, also fairly easy, but the Piplup, I think the Piplup were glitched. All of my Pokeballs that I threw at this Piplup just disappeared. There was a second Piplup that I did manage to hit with a Pokeball and it ran away and despawned, so I went back to the first one, of course, and every Pokeball that I threw at it just disappears. Eventually the Piplup despawned, so I went back to camp, walked all the way back to the pond, the Piplup was there again, and my Pokeballs still weren't working. Very frustrating end to the day. I almost just gave up, but I decided to just stop there for the night. It was late anyway, and I'll just give it another try in the morning and then give up if it still doesn't work. Hopefully there's another place where I can catch Piplup. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. For now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next chapter.